Cyberpunk gameplay.
Where are we headed?
Let's check it out.
This way.
In this video, you'll experience a segment of a quest from the middle of the game. We're
Middle of the
currently in
game
Pacifica,
segment of a
one of
quest.
Night City's 6 unique districts.
No Pacifica well.
Nah. You guys aren't exactly great at rolling out the welcome mat for outsiders.
It was designed to be a tourist hotspot within the city. As you can see, this didn't pan out. When uncertainty struck the global economy, investors pulled their funding, leaving most establishments unfinished. It's one of those places where expectations and reality collided, resulting in a heap of disappointment. Ongoing gang wars plague this
Oh
part of the
my
city. Outsiders don't come
This is
here.
the first time
if
we've
they
seen
don't
this
have to.
bike, right?
Even by Night City's standards,
A lot of the stuff
it's
they've shown, I've never
dangerous to
seen.
those unfamiliar with it. Taking a casual stroll
Nice
here
little
would
bullet
not
bike.
be a good idea. A fast motorbike or armor-plated car would be the safer option. But places like this have their advantages. If you're in need of rare goods or illegal cyberware, Pacifica's bustling local markets are a good place to start your search.
1 minute.
If you're in need of rare goods or illegal cyberware, Pacifica's bustling local markets are a
I want
good
to see what
place.
we got here. A little bit of your invent screen, or maybe this is where you can buy. Samurai jacket, 5 physical resistance, 5 thermal resistance, 7 electrical resistance, 4 chemical. The Grand's Tech Shop, 762 credits for the vendor. This is your shopping cart.
To start your search.
Little inventory screen here. All your different resistance, your health. I guess this is what? All your gear. It's not everything that you're wearing. It's very similar, like, there's, like, obviously some systems in place here from Witcher, right? Being it from the same company that made Witcher. Like, a lot of this stuff, it feels very similar to, like, when you're equipping your guy.
The Grand
out in
Imperial
Witcher.
Mall is a whole other story. It was one of the last developments in Pacifica to lose its funding. Until recently, it stood vacant, but now a gang called the Animals has moved in for reasons unknown.
Something's not going right for the big guy up top.
And that's what we need to learn in order to earn the trust of the Voodoo Boys, the Animals' rivals.
Dude, this game's gonna be nuts,
Could
chat.
fucking tell me what you plan to do first.
You take job. You do what I say. So you jack in now.
Of the many gangs in Cyberpunk 2077, the Voodoo Boys are the
dark
most
music going
skilled
on.
at using the net.
You have now seen the Rezo Agwe, our subnet.
Why? What for?
You are my vessel now. Through Agwe, I see what you see, hear what you hear.
This mysterious gang of highly skilled netrunners has close ties to the local Haitian community.
You are V? We have been waiting.
Haitians settled in Pacifica in the 2060s after natural disasters struck their island and forced them to emigrate en masse. The Voodoo Boys gang formed around this same time, though at a smaller scale. Now the gang effectively rules Pacifica. The Voodoo Boys don't usually work with outsiders. Lucky for us, it seems they're prepared to make an exception this time.
Mr. Hand sent me. Said you got merc work needs doing.
Still, to earn their trust, we need to
I need
prove
some
our
lab
worth.
protein, brother.
The Seed, one of the
Be a little
Voodoo
bit of
Boys'
it.
higher-ups, has offered us a mission. We need to infiltrate the Grand Imperial Mall, currently occupied by the Voodoo Boys' deadly enemy, a gang called the Animals.
2035 07. 3 seconds before, poof, the camionette. We try to learn where the camionette come from.
The Animals are not your normal
man
gang.
jacked
Their
out of his
presence in
mind.
Pacifica is suspicious. They value might above all else and wear melee combat implants to raise their prowess in combat. Their beverage of
Melee
choice is
combat
juice, a
implants.
potent strength and speed enhancing concoction. As sought-after bouncers, they're usually dispersed throughout
getting
town.
juiced
As
up out of their
skilled street-level
minds.
business types, they've cornered the market in illegal substances and underground live-or-die prize fights. When they converge in one spot, it's for
Live-or-die
something
prize
big.
fights.
It's then they appoint the fastest
Fight
and
Club.
strongest among them as their ad hoc leader. In this case,
This game
it's
is
a woman
flipping
named
nuts
Sasquatch.
already.
Said you want
Like,
my bet.
all the lore, everything that they even just
Far
put
as I
into
remember,
this
said no
video.
foam brain buffaloes on steroids. Afraid that's the cost of doing biz.
This is the tech Placide was talking about. It seems non-standard for the animals. And this is where we come in. Getting to the van won't be easy, but we're more than qualified for the job, which we can complete in one of many ways. The character creation in Cyberpunk 2077 is the kind you'd expect from a full-fledged RPG. You start by choosing your past, important because this unlocks special options at important story junctures. You also fully customize your character using a deep customization system that spans not only your look and style, but also your abilities. Cyberpunk 2077 does not feature fixed classes. Instead, it has a fluid class system that allows players to mix and match a wide range of abilities to suit their playstyles. You can create a strong solo character, a skilled netrunner, or any other hybrid class that you can imagine.
Oh!
Let's see how a solo playstyle in Cyberpunk 2077 might work. Solos prefer a direct approach. They use guns and might to get things done. So let's wreak some havoc.
Oh my god. People are gonna be like planning out their
With our
classes
enhanced strength, we can
beforehand.
strip this turret of
Figuring
its
out what
weapons
they
and
wanna
give the
do.
animals a taste of their own medicine. This is how a player investing in solo abilities might live out their Terminator power fantasy. Enhanced strength lets us force open doors, or grab enemies to use as human shields.
God, this is the type of game we all need, chat. In our life.
We also gain access to powerful
I love
melee
like how much
combat
depth
cyber
it looks like there's gonna be, man.
So even someone as fast and strong as Sasquatch, the leader of this group of animals, is not impossible to beat for a solo. But Sasquatch has a different game plan. She's out to jack in and hack us. Let's see how this plays out.
Dude, people hacking each other.
Proceed. What's going on?
Oh my god.
It's our choice if we want to finish her off or spare her. Your Cyberpunk, your rules. If you'd
Cold-blooded,
rather
baby.
sneak around, hide, and strike from the shadows, no problem.
Spare her.
Just develop your netrunning skills
Gain a
to
companion,
get around
maybe.
obstacles or hack into enemy tech to have it do the dirty work for you.
Oh! Oh shit! Barbell decapitation! Oh!
Netrunning abilities mean hacking skills that let us use
Oh
our
my
cyber
God.
deck to breach access points. For this, we fill the buffer of our cyber deck with a string of instructions represented by these letters and numbers. Matching the instructions for basic access grants us control of devices connected to this network. The more
the
instructions we
hacking.
match, the more control we gain over elements in the network. We can hack our way through in numerous ways. A quick hack may grant us control of the security camera. Another one should let us tweak the difficulty of the training bot to create a distraction.
Training bot and beat the shit out of her.
You see that?
With our nanowire, we can
God.
even hack this guy's implants from a distance. In this world, almost everything is connected to a local network. And that means it can be hacked.
Ours is a wolf.
Vending machine.
Which brings us back to cyberspace. You don't get to
This
do
music's
anything
so
in
good,
the net
bro.
unnoticed. There's always someone watching. It could be Corpos, or even worse, it could be Netwatch. And that is exactly the case here.
Chat, I'm calling right now. This game is the game of the year 2020.
Who is they?
It's the game of the year. I can just tell by this trailer.
Netwatch and the Voodoo Boys are like fire and ice. The first of these wants to maintain the old order and protect people from AI anarchy originating from beyond the Black Wall. The Voodoo Boys want to establish contact with the free AIs. They believe this will enable their boundless expansion on the net and grant them the upper hand over Netwatch. Netwatch sees this as the end of the world. Both are right.
A Netwatch agent.
Hey.
How you deal with the Netwatch agent is entirely up to you. Do we side with the gang? Choosing to be on Netwatch's bad side is never wise. But can we really trust the Voodoo Boys?
You set me up!
As you can see, we have many possible options. But in each case, we take a risk.
Think I'll just stick to my plan.
We're hacking in. We gain control of their implants, use them for ourselves. Counter-hacked?
That didn't work out well. In the world of Cyberpunk, few things go as planned. And that was just a glimpse of how complex the branching storyline in Cyberpunk 2077 can get. Every decision you make will have consequences. Your choices will shape how the world reacts to you and affect your relationships with those around you. One of those relationships is special. Ever heard of Johnny Silverhand, a rebel rocker boy who will be your companion throughout your adventure in Night City?
Oh my God.
Come on, really think they give a rat's dick how you look?
Like everyone
That's
in
so
Cyberpunk
nuts.
2077,
That is
he has
so
his own
nuts,
agenda. You'll
dude.
decide if he'll be your ally or your enemy. And that chip in your head, the one thanks to which Johnny lives inside your mind. Well, that's a story for another time.
That's nuts. That's actually nuts. I mean, like, everybody knew that, like, Keanu was going to be the game, but I don't think anybody knew what level, like, of character he was going to play. He could be your damn companion throughout the game. You play with Keanu Reeves, bro. That's so sick. It really is. Are we gonna see like straight up gameplay here? Like, what is this? They've showed us a lot of cool stuff. People are jumping in.
V, my man.
We've seen
You
this.
made it.
Right?
You blowing up all over the news.
This was
Are you
this
alone?
was a trailer we've seen already.
I just want the money.
This
You
is the
got
video
the
from
chip?
E3.
All right, start her up.
This
bud.
other stuff before this was new.
Why don't you go to the bathroom, wash up? We gonna be with you in a minute.
What?
Oh, come on, man. Your neck. It's
That's
a
it.
mess.
So they ended with their trailer.
Yet to comment.
Is that T-Pain?
Suspect seems to have fled the scene.
Oh man. Should we watch it out? This will be the end of it. So that was all the new stuff they showed though, right?
Initiating combat mode.
Go!
Destination confirmed.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about! Alright, in and out, bitches! We're rich!
Your boy's
we're
capped.
going to the major leagues, Jackie! Jack? Oh, shit!
No.
Alright. We haven't seen this before though. If anyone else wants to see this section,
Wake the fuck up, samurai.
I gotta watch this.
We have a city to burn.
That is just nuts, dude. That is nuts. That game's gonna have so much depth to it. Just knowing it's from, what's the actual name of the company? Is it CD Projekt Red? Right? CD Projekt Red. And just knowing how like great Witcher was, I think this game's gonna be nuts. I really do. I'm gonna say it's game of the year, 2020. It'll end up being game of the year. All those, like, all the things they showed, like, just how well the trailer was done, like, the music, everything, man, yeah. I think that game's gonna be absolutely nuts. Chat, like, what are your expectations for, like, when you get done playing that game? What's the rating you expect to give it? What's the rating? Like, when you're done playing the game and you're gonna be giving it a rating, what's the rating you're expecting yourself to be giving it when you're done? A lot of 10s, 12s, 8s, 9, 95 out of 100. Yeah, like out of 10. You think it's a 10 out of 10? You think it's like 9 to 10? You're saying elite, like the lowest I've seen so far is someone say is an 8. So it's either one, this game's gonna be pretty nuts, which is what I think it will be. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be nuts, or a lot of people are gonna be let down. But I don't think it'll be a letdown. I really don't. It looks sick. It looks sick. Just like knowing what they were able to do with The Witcher, and if they just take that to a new universe, Cyberpunk, some new stuff on top of that. God, dude, like just the environment looks so fun to play in, right? Like it looks super fun to play in, like driving around your car, your bike, the music going, that music, dude, I could just listen to that music like all day playing that game. You know how like when in Doom, in Doom, anybody that's into Doom, when like the music goes on and you're like in the middle of fights and like crazy stuff is happening, the music just makes the game like that much better. Like that's the vibe I got from Cyberpunk right there. Like I have the vibe that like you're gonna be doing some really fun stuff, cool missions, and then the music's gonna come in, and it's just gonna up that experience to the next level. That's exactly the vibe I got. The first time I actually got that vibe from a video game was Far Cry 3, when you're doing the mission where you're going into the wheat fields and you're burning the wheat fields, and then that Skrillex song turns on. That was the first time we're like, oh my god. Not only am I playing this fun game, but then you got the Skrillex song coming in. It just boosts it up that extra level. I have a feeling that there's going to be many of those times in Cyberpunk coming up with the music. And then the fact, dude, Keanu is your companion. They didn't talk anything about that before this, right? Like, they show that Keanu was going to be in it at E3, right? The whole breathtaking thing. And then, basically, he, like, who knew what kind of type of role he was going to be able to play in the video game, right? Could be, like, some small thing, just like a side quest, something. But it sounded like he's going to be your companion. You know? Like, you could bring him along the whole time. You know how nuts that is? You're playing with Keanu Reeves. Like, that's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. Absolutely nuts. I'm hyped for this game. Like, I wasn't as super hyped, but, like, after watching that, and, like, I'm really wanting a single-player experience that's, like, really in-depth. And the fact it's a shooter is also, like, really cool to me. Often I'm, like, more into the, like, the Elder Scrolls, like, the Witcher style games. But I think this one, like, there's Fallout and stuff as well. But I think this is going to be, like, take it to the next level. I really do. I think this one's going to take it to the next level. They're saying it's single player, but they're planning to turn it into a multiplayer. Can't see that being anytime soon after release, though. Yeah, maybe. I mean, who knows what they're planning on doing with that. I'm cool with a single player experience, though, I'm honestly just completely fine with a single player game and diving in. And I mean, there's going to be so much depth to that game, just knowing the company and everything. This game's going to be nuts. It really is.